So Mursal, let me reframe. Let me frame question this way: if we categorize job seekers in Germany, okay, from India per se, like there are various kinds of people. People who have graduated from India and have moved to Germany for jobs. Second is the category of people who have moved to Germany a couple of years ago. They studied and now they're looking for jobs without any work experience in Germany, or people who have studied in India but are now looking for jobs in Germany. So, for all three categories, what is the job status and how difficult is it for each category to secure a full-time, part-time job? I mean, what are the permutations and combination in each category?
So when we talk about the students, whether European or non-European, there's a European work regulation for the students that they're permitted or they're allowed to work 20 hours per week. Right? So during their studies, and I highly emphasize all the students that they should go through this, especially those coming from India, from other countries, as an
20
immigrant.
hours per week of work.
Per week.
Per
So
week.
the limit is 20 hours per week during the term's time. Okay. During their studying, during their semester break, it's 40 hours, so they can work full time. So a 20 hours work is always considered as a half-time job or a mini job.
Okay.
And a 40 hours is always a full-time job. It's the 40 hours per week, right? And those coming from outside Europe, same thing. 120 full days a year and 240 half days every year. So it's the same thing. So European, non-European for students is the same thing. And especially when we talk about then those who are coming with the applying for the internships, there are also different kind of internships that they can apply from India, or they're already in Germany and they're trying to start to apply for the internships during their studies or after when they graduate, right? Because that internship is always like a ladder, like a step towards entering the job market in Germany. And if you do it during your studies, that will give you the best network, that will enable you to build a network to get a job once you graduate. And there are two different kinds of internships, the paid internship and there's a unpaid internship. So depending on what areas of expertise you work or you're studying or you're graduating, you should look for those kind of internships. There are so many of paid internships, so I always motivate students that they should look for the paid internship instead of unpaid. But if you find it difficult that you are not getting the paid internships, go for the unpaid. It's not a lot of hours, it's just few hours a week. And to be very honest, if you build a good relationship with the employer, they will start paying for your job. So that's always the possibility. And at the end of the day, once you're graduating or you're finishing your semester, you have this in your CV, and that's gonna highly impact your first step towards getting a full-time employment. There are also different kind of traineeship programs that Germans call it Praktikum. That plays also a vital role on getting either a visa from India to Germany, or those who are already living in Germany. A Praktikum is basically always a short period of time that you're working and you try to learn. And one thing that a lot of students doesn't know, and some of them hesitate to ask the employers, is during this practicum site or practicum time, or a practical time if I translate it in English, you can ask your employer to put you in different departments to experience different areas. Now,
What
again,
does that mean?
coming back, that means if you're joining BMW and you have an engineering background or an IT background, but you're not sure what exactly do you want in the field of engineering or an IT, right? You can be a programmer, you can be a developer, you can be whatever. So depending on your background and depending on your graduation, you can and the company that you join, you can ask them to put you in different teams. In that way, either if you are an engineer or a developer, that will enable you during the practical time to experience the company from different angles,
Got it.
from a project management perspective, from an IT perspective. So a lot of students who has finished studies, or who are trying to get a practicum platz or a practical place in companies, they should definitely speak with their employers in the HR department to put them to experience different areas of the company. And to be very honest, that will give a very positive impact to their personality, and the employer will appreciate. And I have seen a lot of cases where they enable people to experience that.